Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be talking to you guys about the changes I've made to become the most elevated version of myself, a better version of myself. I think the cool internet term for it is like that girl, to become that girl. I feel like my early 20s have been quite challenging. Like I had a lot of ups and downs. These are just things that I've been working on, kind of like building blocks that have got me to the stage in my life that I'm at now. We're going to talk about self-image, we're going to talk about finances, we're going to talk about journaling, getting to know yourself, and a few other things that really just helped me in my journey. If you're new here, my name's Zakira. I make beauty, hair, makeup, lifestyle type videos. So if you're into that kind of thing, then definitely subscribe. So leave a like on the video if you do enjoy it. It really does help out my channel. I'm kind of starting my YouTube journey back up from the ground up. So the engagement and everything is really appreciated. I really am not loving my eyebrows today. I don't think it's bringing out the best in my face, but we're just gonna have to go with it. So for the longest time, I would only properly get ready if I was going somewhere. So like if I was going out with friends, out on a night out, something like that. Like getting ready had to have a reason. And I would always say to myself, like, it doesn't really matter how I look on a regular basis, because I know that when it is time to show up, when it is time to look 10 out of 10, I'm gonna, you know, show up and look 10 out of 10. And I wouldn't identify as like the person that wouldn't get ready, if that makes sense. Like I would go to work looking literally anyhow, literally think in my head like, this isn't the real me. Like I don't identify as this person that comes to work looking a mess. At the start of last year, something like clicked in my brain. For me personally, I was at work 5 days a week, and then I would have 2 days off on the weekend, of course. It clicked in my brain, like, how am I saying this isn't the me I identify with when 5 out of 7 days this is who I am? Like, I'm Zakira at work. Instead of me trying to not associate myself as this person that I am at work, maybe it's time that I actually be that version of me that I am in my head for work, if that makes sense. So I started getting ready for work every day. When I say getting ready, I don't mean like a full face of makeup and all that jazz. Like, no. I would really recommend, and this is what I finally did after 20-something years, finding a 10-minute makeup routine that really works for you. I've now got my go-to 10-minute makeup routine that I do for work. Sometimes I can even get it done in less than 10 minutes. And it just makes such the difference. If you haven't already got one, I feel like most people have one, but I just didn't have one. I would recommend like figuring out what works for you as in your makeup routine. For me, I just fill in my eyebrows, I contour my nose, and I put on blusher and bronzer and a lip, and that's me done. That phrase, look good, feel good, that phrase wasn't just pulled out of the thin air. Good, you feel confident in yourself, it automatically like changes your mood, it automatically makes you feel better, personally speaking anyway. And another thing was like, of course I was saying I don't really care how I look for work and blah blah blah, but it's like, I'm even still traveling to and from work looking raggedy, looking busted. Like, that's not me. I could bump into anyone and I would feel like, oh shit, like they're seeing me like this. I know I could bump into anybody and I'm not gonna feel like, oh my goodness, like I can't believe I'm being seen like this. I feel better in myself knowing that I've got myself together and like made that little bit of effort for the day. That brings me on to my next point. I'm such a big fragrance girl. I worked in Jo Malone when I think I worked there when I was 17, and I worked there for some years. Jo Malone's a perfume sort of shop, if you didn't know. They sell like perfumes and stuff like that. And I remember when I started, all that they would talk about is like scent layering and this and that. Like, we're just I was very much thrown into the world of scent. Maybe since then, like I just have an obsession with smelling nice. Like I just want to know I smell nice. It just makes me feel happy. So like I would suggest as well, like building up a nice scent collection, a nice shower routine. This may just be a me thing, but like if I'm having a day where like I'm not feeling too great, or I'm having a slow day, or I'm not feeling like 100, not feeling myself, not feeling live, sometimes I think about getting in the shower with my nice shower gels and my nice scrubs, and it honestly makes me feel just a little bit better. I think I also discovered that about myself. There was a time, I have spoke about it once on my YouTube channel, but when I was going through my deep dark depression, the highlight of my day would be getting in the bath and using my nice smelling bath products. Like I could be having the shittest day, but I would know that like once like a certain time hits, I'm getting in the bath, I'm putting on my anime, and I'm just gonna enjoy my little pocket of peace. I love a good scent. I love me some Bath and Body Works. I'm always in Bath and Body Works. I'm gonna move on to my favorite change or thing that I've done. If you take nothing from this video, please take this one, because it's just gonna change your life in the best way. Now, yap alert, because I genuinely feel like I'm about to start yapping. All the changes I've made, I think this has benefited my life in the most positive way. Building a relationship with yourself. And I feel like you hear it, you probably heard it 1,000 times. I'm gonna try my best to explain it in a way that really, like, I want it to hit home, because I just feel like it's so important, and I feel like everybody should live like this. You not only want to build a relationship with yourself, the best way that I can think of is build a friendship with yourself. Become friends with yourself. This could either be common sense or it could not. It wasn't common sense for me at one point. Like, talking to yourself and dealing with yourself, how you talk and how you deal with a friend, someone you love, a sibling, like how you deal with them is how you need to deal with yourself. That honestly has just got me through so many situations, so many different things. For me, it got stronger, and like the relationship I built with myself got easier when I started journaling. I've always had a diary. Like growing up, I would just, if I got frustrated or whatever, sometimes I would just find a book and write in the book. But I would say properly journaling and like mindfully journaling with like, well, my journal that I use has prompts. I think I started that in 2022. So I've been mindfully and intentionally journaling for like 3 years. It's basically just talking to yourself, like literally having a conversation with yourself. I remember trying to explain this to one of my friends before, and it's so hard to not sound batshit crazy, but like I genuinely talk to myself. Like I talk to myself in my head. Probably some kind of psychology and like a psychological term behind it, and like consciousness, I don't know what it is, but like I talk to myself. When I write in my journal, I change between you, I, and we. Some days I could write, I had a really good day today. Other days I write, we was really productive today, we had a really good day. Or sometimes I'll like be talking to myself like, you had a good day. So honestly, when I'm writing or talking to myself in my head, it doesn't necessarily, I haven't noticed a pattern basically. It just, whatever comes out in the moment comes out in the moment. I'm trying to explain the two versions of myself. There's like me, and then there's like my friend, like the support me. I don't know if that makes sense, but like if I'm writing in my journal, I'm talking to the friend. I'm talking to me as my support, if that makes sense. If I'm writing we, then it could be either way. It's usually like the friend or the support saying like, we did this, like, you know, we should be so proud. And then if I'm writing as in like, you did this today, or you had a really good day, it's like the friend version of me talking to me. Do I sound crazy? Because I genuinely feel crazy, but like that's what I mean when I say I talk to myself. Like I literally talk to myself, and it's like someone's listening and responding. I feel like it helps, especially in moments when you're hard on yourself, when you've done something that you regret, times where you feel like disappointed in yourself, or you know, something's happened and you're struggling to like accept maybe a choice you've made, something you've done, something you've said. But for example, you could be like, oh my god, like I messed up at work, I'm so stupid, like oh my god, like Zakira, you're so dumb, like Zakira, you're so stupid. You would never tell your friend that. If your friend came up to you and was like, oh my gosh, like, I've done this, I've made this mistake, you're not gonna turn around to your friend and say, you're so stupid, how could you do that, why would you do that? So it's like, why are you talking to yourself like that? I was guilty of it. I mean, I still do it from time to time, but that awareness and that consciousness of being like, hold on, wait a minute, this is your friend here, like I'm my own friend, I'm not going to talk to myself like this. What would you say to a friend? You'd be like, okay, you've made this mistake, you didn't mean to make the mistake, what can we do now to move on with life, because the mistake's already happened, you know you're not going to make the mistake again. Or like, you just comfort yourself in a way that you would comfort a friend, and you just feel less, it makes you feel better about it, whether that's through journaling, whether that's just through an internal like monologue, like whatever you need to do, just talk to yourself kindly. I saw something online one time, and it basically says something along the lines of like, the only person that's been there with you through everything with you is yourself. And I just thought like, that is so beautiful, because it's so true. Like if you think about situations where you was at rock bottom and you didn't think that, you know, you could get over or get through whatever you was going through, it's literally you that got yourself through it. Like of course you probably had external support, but like the external support is not there when you're putting your head down at night and when you're waking up and it's the first thing on your mind in the morning. It's you. It's like you're all you've got. And I just feel like if that ain't a real friend, if that ain't a fucking ride or die bitch, then I don't know what is. See, like, just give yourself grace, talk to yourself kindly, and honestly be your friend. I was to like read my journal entries, like some of them are literally just me like saying, Zakira, I'm so proud of you, I love you, like, you've got this. Speaking life into myself as you would to a friend that you're proud of. Or another thing that I know some people do as well to make that shift, it's like talking to themselves like it's the child version of them. Like, you would never be mean to a child version of yourself. So like, why are you not giving this version of yourself the same grace, the same everything that you would to a young version of yourself? Literally self-love, like the ultimate love that you should give to anyone, kindness, grace, everything, surely should be to yourself, because that is literally the embodiment of self-love. So yeah, if you guys take anything from this video, if you're still watching this video at this point, take that from it. Like, you have just got to work on becoming your own best friend. Like, just be your own best friend, be the most positive person in your life. The next thing that I changed or worked on in my life is finance. And I don't speak about it because I think it's kind of icky to talk about money, especially like personal finance. I don't know, from I was young, like, I've had a love for numbers. Like, me and numbers, we go together real bad. I studied mathematics for A-level. I did really well in my GCSE. Yeah, in my GCSE. I'm getting so old, I'm forgetting what these things are. I just love a good number crunching. I love solving problems. I like that there's a solution. Even about numbers and number crunching, it just gets me going. When it comes to personal finance, I don't know, I just really enjoy it. But I don't think I've ever spoken about it on my channel in general, like just finances, because it's just icky. I'm not an expert when it comes to money. Like, I'm not really. I read books about it, I watch like podcasts about it, but I'm not going to come on here and start trying to give people financial advice, because I'm just not there yet. But it is like something that I love. When I was younger, I was really good at saving. Like, I could save money really well. And I got to like uni, and when I started going through like my little depressive era, stopped caring about everything. I stopped caring about myself, completely let myself go at this part of my life, and my finances absolutely went to shits. Like, they went to shits. The past couple of years, I started to get back on track. And honestly, we're talking about changes that I made to be that girl and changes that we can all make to be that girl. Personally, I just feel like the ultimate it girl of the it girls, the girl that has her money in check. Because from you got your money in check, no one can't tell you nothing. Literally nobody can't tell you nothing. Like, who is styling you? No one can't style you, no one can't. Saving was really important to me. Worked really hard to build up like an emergency fund, a FU fund, whatever you want to call it. It's like, now I know that like, if I lost my job today, if I wasn't working, I know that I'm good. I'm okay, because I built a good foundation for myself. I've got my Vex money, and I just feel like going from that depressed version of me that was just blowing through her money, had no savings, nothing at all, to like where I am now, I just feel so financially confident. And it's just not one less worry, but like, I don't know how to explain it. I really don't know how to explain it, but I'm trying to give anyone like financial whatever it is advice and stuff. But like, me personally, like the way I was socialized, the way I grew up, we don't really learn like good money practices. Like, I didn't know that it was a good idea to have a savings account. Even when I was good at saving my money, I was just saving it in a regular, I would like just in my bank account. It was only when I got to being an adult that I actually opened up savings accounts and all that jazz. I would advise everybody to open up a savings account or two, and then just commit yourself. It can literally be anything. Like, it just depends on your life and whatnot. Obviously I live at home, so my expenses are extremely low. Like, for example, to this day, I have, I think a few years ago, I set up direct debit. To this day, they still come out. So like, one of my savings accounts is, I send a £5 every Friday. It's not a direct debit, a standing order, sorry, where a £5 goes to one of my accounts every Friday. I've got like, I think every Tuesday, £25 goes out, and like another day, a tenner goes out to another. I've got like I'm with different banks for different things, like Monzo for traveling, and some banks have better like saving accounts and whatnot, so just whatever. But I send out money like that, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it gets to a point where you kind of even forget that you got these standing orders set up, and then it's only when you go and like have a look at the account for whatever reason, you're like, oh, you know, those however many amounts a week really added up. Now with that money, you could go on a holiday, pay for, I don't know. I just think it's a very healthy habit to get into. I think I went for a phase where I was really trying to pitch to people, like, get into saving, get into investing. I would always say, like, for example, you get your monthly wage, you get your monthly paycheck or weekly, however often you get paid. At the end of the month or middle of the month, whenever in the month, you set up a standing order for $250 a month, let's say. In a year, that's $3 grand. You've literally saved 3,000. You could buy a car with that. Obviously not like a brand new showroom, but like you could literally buy a car. You can go on multiple holidays. Like that money, your car breaks down today, or I don't know, something happens, you're like, cool, got that saving. That's $3 grand in a year. If your bank's giving you interest, you find a bank that gives you a good interest rate on that. Like, you know, you've even made more money on it. Remember, I used to believe in like not letting my bank account go below a certain point. So that was how I would save per se when I didn't have like a savings account. So much more sense to just put it in a savings account. At least get some interest, get something for the money just sitting there, if that makes sense. So yeah, I definitely think getting your finances in check, specifically just getting an emergency fund, because honestly, key to being that girl. From you've got your own money, no one, and I mean no one, can have chat for you. You've got your Vex money, you're out the door when you need to be out the door. The next change that I made, I've been doing this from I was young, but like I think it's really important to like have a good routine or like a set plan for the day. Have an opening shift, have a closing shift. There's something called decision fatigue, and it's basically just the idea that we make so many decisions on a day-to-day basis. Like we make decisions without even thinking. Basically don't realize how many decisions we're making a day. The less decisions you're making a day, it just reduces decision fatigue. I really hope that makes sense. Laying out your clothes that you're gonna wear to work the night before, packing your bag the night before, good routine that just makes life easier for you the next day. For me, I have an app, or I also have a notepad where I write down like a to-do list / a daily plan. I've been doing this from I was young, to be fair. I just like to see things. I'm quite a visual sort of person. Like I like a good list. I like to see things written. And I have something which I call an opening and closing shift. So I have an app on my phone. I'll show you guys. I have this little widget here, and there's actually nothing on my to-do list today, but I don't know if you can see I've got opening shift and closing shift on there. So my opening and closing shift is just essentially what I do to make sure that like I'm gonna have a productive day. I'm my most happiest version of myself when I've been productive. Something about productivity, again, I don't know if it's to do with like my love for like numbers and mathematics, but something about efficiency, somehow this links to mathematics, maximum out of a minimum time. I don't know, there's some bounds and limits and physics and mechanics somewhere in my logic of thinking. I'm just the best version of myself when I've had a day full of productivity. I just feel so good. So yeah, there's 4 things that I do on my closing shift. So that's putting away my clothes, because I tend to like wash my stuff as early as I can in the day so then they're dry and I can put them away. I do a 30-minute tidy of my bedroom. I feel like if you do 30 minutes, you're just gonna continue. Even if you don't finish in 30 minutes, you just continue on until it's tidy because you're already in the swing of things. I've got flossing on there, like flossing my teeth. I have braces. I generally am good with my flossing, but sometimes I get lazy. So if it's on my to-do list, I know I can't tick it off until I've done it. So then it makes me want to do it. And then the last thing is to make a plan, like a to-do list for the next day. The phrase that's win tomorrow today is the phrase. It's like if I do these things tonight on my closing shift before I go to bed, it just sets me up in a good position for the morning. And then likewise, in the morning I have my opening shift. There's only 3 things on my opening shift. So that is to take my vitamins and my supplements, because sometimes I forget. Then there's also make a plan of the day on my opening list, because sometimes in the night I don't do it for whatever reason it may be. So yeah, I ensure that I will definitely do it in the morning. It's just on both opening and closing, just to make sure I get it done. And then the last one is to make my bed. I feel like no matter what I do, no matter how my day goes, when I've made my bed, the day is just somewhat a little bit better. So those are the 3 things on my closing and opening shift, and I would really recommend like everyone has a closing and opening shift. Obviously you tailor it to like what works best with your life, but like it just helps you be productive. And again, that girl, the best version of yourself, is a productive babe. My camera's flashing. My makeup's basically done. I'm just gonna wipe this powder off and then do a quick little lip combo, and then I will be back. I need to change out my battery though, so Right, I just finished up on my last bits of like hair and makeup and edges and whatnot. I really hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you guys have your own tips and things that you've incorporated into your life that you think could help others, then definitely leave it in the comments. I would love to see it. I'm sure there's other people that would like to see it too. Thank you again for watching. If you come to the end of this video, you've touched my heart. It genuinely means a lot. But yeah, I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye.